I thought I was marrying the love of my life, until I heard her call me a backup plan in front of all her friends. My name is Eric, and I'm 32 years old. Until recently, I was engaged to a woman named Chelsea, who's 29. We were together for a little over 4 years, and for most of that time I thought we had something solid. We met at a marketing seminar, one of those weekend networking events where everyone tries to seem more important than they are. I was attending as a guest speaker. She was working at the check-in booth. Chelsea had this energy about her, bright smile, bold voice, the kind of charisma that makes people gravitate toward her. I was quieter, more reserved, but we clicked. Right away. We started dating not long after that. In the beginning, things were exciting. Chelsea was very extroverted, always out with friends, always planning group trips, bottomless brunches, and weekend bar crawls. I'm more of a stay-in and watch documentaries kind of guy. Still, she said I grounded her. She called me her safe space, and I thought that was romantic. Maybe it was. After about a year, she moved in with me. I owned a modest 2-bedroom condo just outside of the city. She brought color and chaos into it, throw pillows, plants, loud music, and her friend group, who were constantly in and out. It took adjustment, but I loved her, and I adapted. Things got more serious in year 2. She hit a rough patch with her marketing job and decided to go freelance. It was risky, and it left her financially strapped for a while. I helped out, covered rent, helped pay down her student loans, even helped her register an LLC for her small business. I didn't do it to buy her loyalty. I did it because I thought we were building a life together. I proposed after our 3rd anniversary. Took her to a beach her father used to take her as a kid. She cried when I got down on one knee. We posted the engagement photos. The comments poured in. Power couple. Couple goals. Finally. Everything felt right, at least on the surface. Chelsea quickly dove into wedding planning. She was meticulous about it. Dress appointments, venue tours, Pinterest, boards. Her friends, Casey, Tara, Marissa, and Leanne, were heavily involved. They called themselves the Bride Squad. I kept my distance. They weren't really my kind of people. Loud, judgmental, the type who treat everything like a group chat performance. But Chelsea assured me they were just protective and would come around. Throughout our relationship, Chelsea and I had the occasional argument, usually about time, spent with friends or me being too emotionally distant, as she put it, but nothing I thought was a deal-breaker. I believed we were just opposites making it work. I genuinely thought she loved me. Maybe she did in her own way. But then came the bachelorette party, the night that turned everything I believed about us completely inside out. 2 weeks before the wedding, Chelsea and her friends planned a bachelorette weekend. She told me it would be a quiet girls' getaway at a cabin resort, just wine, games, and one last girls' trip. I didn't ask for much detail. I trusted her. That trust, in hindsight, was misplaced. I wouldn't have known anything was off, if not for my younger brother, Ryan. He works private security for a luxury lodge up in the mountains, a place Chelsea happened to book for the party. Saturday night, Ryan called me. "Hey," he said, hesitant. "You know Chelsea's bachelorette thing is at my job, right?" "Yeah," I replied. "Why?" He paused. "They're all at the lounge right now. Pretty drunk. Look, I wasn't going to say anything, but you might want to come hear what they're saying." "What do you mean? I can't even repeat it, man. You just need to hear it for yourself. Don't tell anyone I told you." My heart sank. Something in his voice hit me like a warning flare. I grabbed my keys and drove up without overthinking it. I parked discreetly behind the resort's guest parking area and walked a trail that led to the rental cabins. I didn't have a plan. I didn't want to confront her. I just needed to know if something was happening behind my back. I got close enough to hear music blaring from the cabin's outdoor speakers. Through the open patio doors, I saw Chelsea and her friends dancing, drinking, and laughing. At first, it looked like harmless fun. Then I heard Chelsea's voice. Someone, Casey, I think, called out, "All right, Chell. Be honest, why him? Out of all the guys you could have had?" The girls giggled. Champagne glasses clinked. Chelsea raised her glass, stumbling onto a chair like she was about to deliver a toast. "Because he's safe," she shouted. "Eric's a good guy, boring as hell but reliable." The room exploded with laughter. Chelsea kept going. "He's not the guy you dream about, but he's the guy you settle down with when you're done dreaming." Another voice. "So, he's the backup plan?" Chelsea didn't miss a beat. "Exactly, he's my retirement plan. You don't marry the guy who gave you butterflies. You marry the guy who can build a 401k. They howled. To plan B, someone yelled. I stood there, hidden in the dark, and listened to my fiancée toast to me, being her safe, boring fallback. The man she settled for, not the one she wanted. In that moment, something shifted inside me, not rage, not sadness, just a hard, cold clarity. Everything we had, 4 years, all the sacrifices, the plans, the dreams, it wasn't what I thought it was. I didn't walk inside, I didn't confront her. I just turned around, walked back to my car, and drove away. And in my mind, the wedding was already over. I didn't yell, I didn't break anything, I didn't even cry. I drove home in silence that night, windows down, the cold air slicing through the numbness I felt inside. The drive took just under an hour, but it felt like a lifetime. I replayed every moment of the past 4 years in my head, every time I'd stayed up late helping her with her business pitch, every time I picked her up after a night out, every time I told myself her friends just didn't know me yet. I saw all of it for what it was now, a one-sided investment. When I got home, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't text Ryan back. I didn't call my parents. I just sat on the edge of the bed and stared at her engagement ring sitting in its velvet box on my nightstand. The next morning, Chelsea texted me like nothing happened. "Miss you already," it said. I stared at the screen for a full minute, then turned the phone face down. I knew I couldn't pretend, not even for a few days. I wasn't going to smile through wedding rehearsals and pretend I didn't hear. Her laugh about me being her plan B. I couldn't marry someone who talked about me like that when she thought I wasn't listening, but I also wasn't going to fight. I didn't need drama. I just needed out. I contacted a lawyer that same day, not because I wanted to sue her or anything. It wasn't that kind of split. I just needed guidance on how to get refunds, what contracts we could break, and how to protect myself legally. The wedding was expensive and I'd paid for most of it. Then I spent the next 2 days unwinding every thread of our wedding plans. I called the venue, the florist, the caterer, the DJ. One by one I cancelled what I could, lost some deposits but got back more than I expected. I even had our joint wedding website taken down. Once all of that was done, I packed a single duffel bag with my essentials and left the condo. I didn't want to see her face when she got back. I left a letter on the fridge, short, direct, and final. "Chelsea, I heard what you said at your bachelorette party. Backup plan. Retirement. Boring but stable. I won't be any woman's safety net. The wedding is cancelled. Please don't contact me." Eric's eye blocked her number, deleted her from social media, and left my house keys in the drawer. There was no fight. No dramatic confrontation. Just silence. Because silence speaks louder than begging ever could. Chelsea got back from her bachelorette weekend on Sunday night and walked into an empty condo. No ring. No fiancé. No wedding plans. Just a folded letter on the fridge and silence. The first sign that she'd read it came Monday morning when I started getting texts from mutual friends. Not Chelsea. She never contacted me directly. Maybe she was too proud. Or maybe she thought silence would give her leverage. Either way, she didn't say a word. But her friends did. Casey messaged me first. "This is insane. You're just going to walk away without talking to her." Then Tara chimed in. "You completely blindsided her. She was just joking around." Everyone talks like that at bachelorette parties. They called it just jokes. Harmless venting. Girl talk. Funny how jokes only start feeling like knives when you're the punchline. One of them even tried to guilt trip me. She loves you. You're overreacting. Do you really want to throw away everything over a few dumb comments? Yes, I did. Because those few dumb comments revealed exactly how Chelsea saw me. Not as a partner, but as a fallback. A placeholder. A man. To check a box with. That's not love, it's strategy. And I refuse to be anyone's strategy. My family backed me completely. My mom actually cried when I told her. Not because the wedding was off, but because she was relieved. "I never liked the way she talked about you," she admitted. "It always felt like you were putting in more than you got back." Even Ryan, who'd kept his mouth shut until the last minute, said, "I hated telling you, bro, but I'm glad I did." Chelsea's parents tried reaching out too. Her mother left a voicemail saying, "Please reconsider. She's been a mess since she got home." Her dad sent an email offering to help mediate whatever was going on. I didn't respond to either. There was nothing to fix. I wasn't mad, I wasn't broken, I was just done. What shocked people most wasn't that I left. It was how quietly I left. No confrontation, no social media rants, no long explanations. Just a man who decided he'd heard enough, seen enough, and knew enough. And maybe that's what hurt Chelsea the most. That after 4 years, I walked away without a fight. It's been 6 months since I walked away. The wedding date came and went. I spent that day fishing with Ryan and our dad, at a quiet lake we used to visit when we were kids. No cell service, no distractions, just still water and silence. It felt right. Chelsea never contacted me, not once, not directly. She let her friends and family speak for her, but she stayed quiet. Whether it was guilt, shame, or just pride, I don't know. I've stopped wondering. Mutual friends tried to fill me in during those first few weeks. They said she was devastated, that she'd been crying non-stop, that she'd shut down all her social media. Some said she regretted what she said at the party. One even claimed she was planning to apologize, but if an apology was coming, it never did. And I'm not sitting around waiting for one. You know what I've learned since then? You can spend years building something with someone. Your time, your money, your energy, and none of it means anything if their heart was never in it. What Chelsea revealed that night wasn't a drunken slip. It was the truth that slips out when people think they're safe. People joke when they're drunk, sure, but they joke about what's already in their hearts. I wasn't angry for long. I didn't need revenge, I just needed peace. And I have it now. I moved out of that condo, bought a small house about 30 minutes away, nothing fancy, just quiet, clean, and mine. I got a dog, a rescue mutt named Jasper, who thinks he's a guard. Dog but sleeps with his belly up. I started going back to the gym, cooking for myself, spending more time with friends I'd unintentionally distanced myself from during the relationship. I even took a solo trip to Iceland. First time traveling. Alone. Didn't know how much I needed that kind of silence until I was standing on a glacier, not a single voice around for miles. People ask me if I'm dating again. Not yet. I'm not in a rush. I'm not bitter. I'm not broken. But I'm more cautious now. I don't care about butterflies or spark. I care about respect, about mutual investment, about someone who says what they mean, both when they're sober and when they're drunk with their friends. What happened with Chelsea wasn't just a failed wedding. It was a reset, a filter that cleared out what wasn't meant for me, and honestly, I'm grateful, because the moment I heard her say I was Plan B, I became my own Plan A.